Welcome, BloomLiving. I am your host, Thomas DeSchutter, former rock musician turned financial strategist, looking to up the game of life whenever we can, and today is no exception to that. I'm super excited, as I said in the pre-ramble, that my wife, Leslie DeSchutter, will be joining me in a few minutes. So marriage, money, and a messy kitchen. Why don't we start off first? And we haven't rehearsed any of this, so I don't even know how this is going to go, which is the best way in my world to do things, is to not know how they're going to go. Marriage. So, we're coming up to, actually in May will be our 19th year married. Yeah. Wow. Could you have imagined that when we started?
Yes.
Okay. Well, see, again, I had no preconceived notions of how it was going to go. One of my heroes, as you know, guess who?
Oh, it's a Rush story. Get comfortable.
It's a Rush. I can't help it. There are my heroes from early childhood. But Neil Peart, who's written, 20 records, written most of the lyrics for that band. He's a deep thinker. And one of the things I heard him say when he was talking about his writing process was, and he said it, and this is the exact way he said it, was that, well, everything's a reflection of me.
Well, sure.
Right? Like everything that is going on out there is a reflection of you, because you have the story in your head of what it is.
You control the perspective from which you see it.
Right.
And so things are going to show up positive or negative or in your favor or against you based on your interpretation.
Right. And as you know, I was just reading The Power of Now, which I mentioned on the last two shows. I've finished the book now, and I had read it way back, and we met Eckhart Tolle way back when.
So many years ago.
Yeah, It was funny, and because he wasn't widely known then at that time either, right? He was just kind of getting his.
Yeah, we met him in a really intimate setting. We went and saw him speak, and there was probably at the most 40 people in the room.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It was 40. Did I plant that? Do you think I planted that?
You're
number?
A reflection of my thoughts.
But around the world of money, even though I've been in the financial services industry for 20 years, it was mostly, I got to say that, a lot of the training off the top is about getting clients and selling, right? And I would say that in our own practical terms, there wasn't a lot of guidance on, how to coach people on how to talk to each other about their money, how to coach people on how to build a strong family foundation around money.
And I think that for a lot of people, especially for young couples, if they have young children, there is a whole lot of survival that's going on. You are sleep deprived. You are really just in the trenches, working, raising babies, and you are in survival mode and really like being present to something that may occur, like a hassle, like having to deal with financials, is really a challenge. And a lot of people, myself included at that time in my life, just found it easier to pass it off to someone else.
Or dealing with a messy kitchen. Do you want to go there now? You ready?
Sure. I get triggered by a messy kitchen. I do. But as I was talking to Thomas earlier, I have been very, very, very consciously practicing during this time of Lent. I have been practicing fasting from aggravation and anger and frustration, and feasting on gratitude and presence.
Really nicely put.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
It isn't an easy practice, let me tell you. Every time I look at the kitchen, I get frustrated and triggered, and I take a moment to be thankful, first of all, just having come from Africa, that I have a kitchen. We just got back from a trip from Africa, so I am so grateful for the abundance of which we have. I am so fortunate that I have children to mess up the kitchen. So when I get myself present to all of what's so, I'm not so triggered by having to clean up the kitchen. So when I get triggered, when I walk in and I see like it looks like a bomb exploded, I'm able to really just take a moment, take a breath, and remember all of what's so.
Know what is so. That's another principle of financial, of the BloomLiving financial acumen, if you will.
Mhm.
Money mirrors you, know what is so.
I mean, one of the things that I have really loved doing with you is finding guests to be on the BloomLiving podcast. And prior to that, it was Money, Mindset, and Love on Voice America. And I had no idea what people were going to come into our lives and step up and say, yes, they want to participate, and what kind of connections we were going to make. And it's just been such a joy reaching out to people and connecting with them. And I did want to say that we do have some, don't worry, it's not going to be me sitting here every week. We've got some great guests that are lined up to be coming on the show, some people I'm really excited about. If you are somebody who is a creative entrepreneur out making a difference in the world, then please shoot me a message. I would love to know your story, who you are. I want to connect with you. Direct message me on Instagram, DM me, email me.
Yeah.
You can find us. We're not hard to find.
Yeah.
So just send us a message and just say, hey, I'm interested in having a conversation. And we'll talk about being on the podcast.
Yeah. Awesome. That's it. Have yourself a great day.